Hey everyone, it's Truth and Integrity Warrior, Michelle Angelic. Today is December 21st, 2019, and I'm making a video since it's been a while, and I haven't been able to make another video, and that's what I wanted to talk about today. I had a breakthrough a couple of days ago from breaking down a block, my own personal block of not being able to put my face on video, be able to talk to people, tell people how to help themselves if I'm in a position, in a situation that I'm in today. And that's what I'm going to talk about, where I'm at and the mindset that pushes through to be able to break down the illusion of what we're supposed to be and how we're supposed to be living. And if we're not living it, we're or living up to it, I should say. We're not living up to the standards of what the system or the reality of the system that we're living in, then we feel like a failure. And then it's very hard for us to push through that and to be able to feel the empowerment within the self to be able to move forward in a state of peace of mind without losing your mind. And I'm just going to talk about my experience and what I've been going through for the past, say the past year. It's a little further back, but I'm just going to work with the past year. And why I couldn't get myself to talk to anybody and put my face on here. And I'll tell you why. It'll make some sense in a minute. Remember, if you don't like how I'm talking or what I'm saying, please just click off. Don't leave ridiculous comments or statements that is just an expression of how you feel inside, what you gotta work on because you got bottled up, but you're just showing how you feel about your waste that you gotta dissolve, and so either we talk to each other to help uplift one another or to understand something by asking a question. And when you ask a question, it's not the same thing as ridiculing or saying things that just don't make no sense. Make sense to the person saying it, but everybody else can now start seeing that when we start shouting out how somebody is making us feel just because they're expressing something, they're expressing their experience, it only really goes to reflect the problems that we got on the inside that we're expressing on the outside. And I'm gonna do my best not to say strong, people call them bad words, but they're just strong words. I'm gonna do my best. But they may come out. it just flows. It just flows naturally. So it's how I communicate. All right, let's get started. Remember, I'm not good at this. I'm not good at communicating by myself, talking to a video. I'm very good talking to a person, going back and forth. But this is something I have to do, and I just got to get better as I go. So bear with me. Now, the big picture that I've been talking about, going back to the other videos that I did with Tony Paterasco, saying that, I'm coming all out, gonna let out what nobody wants to talk about because people get ridiculed and then they're worried about criticism and then worried about judgment. And so when we break these barriers, like the one that I'm about to talk about, the one that I just broke through, when I broke through, I was like, fuck, I was crying and laughing at the same time because I couldn't fucking believe that was holding me back. But it was so deep. It was so deep that I had to cry about it. I had to cry because I was like, fuck, it's fucking done. I'm done. I don't have that block anymore. And so now I want to talk to you guys about that. And that's what's actually holding us back as a species, because we got these deep layers of beliefs and how we perceive the world has been projected to us in a certain way to be confined in like a little compartmental dogma to make sure that we don't pay attention, that there's something else going on in our reality, that we live in a playing field, a field of existence that isn't taught in school, that isn't talked about, and if anybody steps up and tries to say something, boom, they're humiliated. They're humiliated by the system that is the mainstream of everything, and that will be mainstream of education, mainstream of medicine, mainstream of entertainment, mainstream of the music and videos. I mean, it doesn't matter what mainstream universities, mainstream government, mainstream news. Just you could put mainstream behind anything, and that mainstream has a job to do, and that's keep the mind entrained into a certain belief, into a certain understanding that's been fed to us since we've been little kids, kindergarten. You just keep going and keep going, and if anybody steps out of that belief, the system is set up for the rest of us to humiliate them, because none of us want to be the one looked at or pointed at. So it's better we point at that motherfucker instead of people pointing the finger at us, just in case we recognize it. There might be some other shit going on, some other things happening around us in the world that we live in. You're not allowed to question reality, because then you're laughed at. But now, thank goodness, today we have things, a lot of professionals stepping up, talking about just facts. You just got facts about the kind of world that we're living in, the reality, the field that we're in. We're in a playing field we don't know nothing about, and it should be basic 101 information from the get-go. Your mommy and your daddies need to be talking about it, telling it to the kids year after year. We're hearing it in school. It should just be common knowledge, and it's not. It's not common knowledge. And the common knowledge, what I'm talking about, is this field reality that we live in that has a certain construct, and it works a certain way, and it's electrical and magnetic at the same time. And it's from a natural source. It's not something that has to be generated at power plant. And so I'm going to put everything in degree lines when I talk about pretty much everything I talk about is going to be on a degree line. So I can be talking about one thing, but it's the same thing to a different degree on another level. So we got the natural dielectric, yeah. We got the natural dielectric that's also magnetic, and then we have on the other same thing, different degree of it. It's the electrical system that we have coming out of our walls, from the power plant. And so the same way it's artificially generated over here so that we can charge our cell phones and get the electricity that we got going on, that comes from a natural source. It comes from something else, but we've just been able to harness it and use it in different applications. But you go back to the other degree line where that natural source comes from. This dielectric reality that we live in that's magnetic in its nature, it's one and the same thing. And so if you got a coin, you got a heads and a tail. It's still one coin, but it got two sides to that same coin. And the reason I'm bringing this up, and it has everything to do with breaking through the limits in the mind. This is very it's fundamental, this information. Now I'm going to talk about before I tell you what that breakthrough was. And so this field of reality that we live in is electrical, and we can't touch it. It's like we can't touch the color spectrum that's all around us. We got all these colors around us, we can't see it. It's because our eyes aren't capable of seeing it, but when it reflects off of water, we're able to see the color spectrum. We're able to see the red, the blue, the yellow. So we're able to see all these things that are always around us, that are part of our reality, but it's on the micro scale. It's not where we can see it, visibly see. But it doesn't mean it's not there. It just means that it's not physically solid. That's all. So we got like a cell phone. The cell phone is the solid part of the apparatus, but when you start dialing on it, it's working on what we would call the macro. So the cell phone, the physical, the solid is the macro, and then the micro is what we can't see, the operations that are happening on an electrical scale, and boom, sending out into the field at a far distance, and an operation is happening. Yeah. So if we have an operation happening at a distance, instantaneous. It's instantaneous. And how is that possible? It's not possible because we ain't got the brains to figure it out, and only people who make cell phones know how to do this, and people who work in high tech only know how to do this. It's because we live in a field that's interconnected to everything, like a web. And if you don't believe this web, or you have a hard time understanding this web, when a lightning bolt hits our atmosphere, it's not creating a lightning bolt. It's creating a charge in the web field that we're in, and it's running through its veins, and we're able to see that. But we won't be told that in school, because then that would be fucking insane. Now, what's insane is we've been living this reality that has been repeated to us over and over, and we draw it when we're in school and kindergarten, and we're being led down the wrong path of the reality that we live in. And those walls are finally starting to break down, like I said, with all these professionals talking about all this stuff and proving it. You know, there's a difference between proving something and testifying as a testimony. You got to believe do you believe the integrity level, or does the person who is testifying, what degree do you trust that person? And that's how you'll be able to gauge somebody's testimony. If you got a liar who lies about everything and everybody knows that person's always lying, well, you ain't gonna believe his testimony. But if somebody's testifying and you got some type of, that person has some type of credibility to their word, then you know what they're saying is from their experience, and only from their experience. And it's your choice to believe it or not to believe it. But there is no, you don't go prove it in a lab. That's a different type of prove it to me, you know. And we're told that in science you have to prove something, and if you don't prove it, it ain't real. God dang, it's just funny how we just repeat like monkeys. You know, monkey see, monkey do, monkey see, monkey do. We ain't even paying attention to what we're talking about. And so empirical evidence can be repeated. We got it, right? And that's for things that are material and that we can repeat. But when it comes down to what we can't see, you know, and what somebody has experienced and what somebody felt and what somebody's been through, don't prove that. That's called a testimony. So what I'm going to be talking about is testimony from my personal experience and empirical evidence and science-based information from professionals who can back that shit up, who can back up experiences that I personally had. And so we don't get it twisted. It's just to understand that we have these two different ways of proving that something exists. And a lot of times it's stuff we can't see. And we've been entrained to believe if you can't see it, can't prove it, don't exist. We're a bunch bigger and much smarter in our brains to know that that's a kid's game. That's a kid's game, and we don't buy that no more. So please, nobody make that kind of statement, because it'll look silly and ridiculous. So I got to prove something that I'm about to talk about in any of my videos. And so going back to this dielectric reality and the electrical currents that we can get going on in our world, so that we have light and energy and all these other awesome things that make our life a lot easier, is looking at where is this dielectric magnetic force coming from? Where's it at? Where's it coming from? How's it generated? And makes it tricky how I'm going to explain a lot of big things in a short video. Let's do it like this. I'm kind of explain things kind of like a Quentin Tarantino movie. You know, start at the end, hit the middle, go back to the beginning, back towards the end again. You're just like, what? And at the end, you're just like, oh, I got it. Makes sense. All that wrapped up and made some sense. So, like I said, bear with me on this. You're going to leave that dielectric magnetic field that we live in, and we don't know the field that we're existing, because the day that we do recognize it, we're going to be paying much more attention to how we interact with it, how what we project affects it, and how it affects the world around us, right? And so that's why it's absolutely crucial, from my perspective, you know, just from my perspective, that we get operations right and aligned on the inside, because we're projectors in this field that we live in. Yeah, we project, we also receive. This is why we say, you feel me? Because we literally can feel what somebody's saying. We can connect. And one of these days, I'm going to get a video made where I have a PowerPoint of what this visually looks like. You know, what these charges look like, what the life force looks like inside of water. And I'm not saying God is the life force. like I've said in other videos, it sounds like that's what I'm saying. But to clarify is none of us know, and none of us can pretend to know what God is. But we that believe in God know that God stands for good. Okay, I stand for good. Fuck the rest. I stand for good. And maybe those are too strong words, but I want to make sure people understand. I don't want there to be any misunderstandings. I want to make sure you know what side I stand on. The good of one and all. Period. That's where I stand. Just to make sure that's clear. And so, if we assume to put something as infinite as God in a name or in a single being, there being one person who is God, or to assume that God is a person with a name, well, that's limiting. And the infinite, the wholly infinite, is almighty and is above all things and within all things, and we're part of those things. And it generates and projects from us out into the field. But if we got all of our shit all fucked up here, what are we projecting? And so this is where the mislead goes in from our birth to our parents, and our parents regurgitating what they hear, and then we regurgitate it, and we just keep passing on generation to generation. And there's a mislead. So there's truth, but there's a mislead in there to make sure that we deviate and start getting to the point that our species is in today. We ain't looking good. Our shit's breaking down. Like literally, our bodies, our minds, everything is fucking breaking down in our world. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. Ask somebody, because I've literally met people like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like, okay, this lane of information is not for you. Please step off, because the rest of us got some work to do and we got things to talk about. Going back, this dielectric reality, the field, it's not a reality, it's a field. We live in a field of electrical current, and the life force, going back to God and trying to understand what God is if we can understand and just get on the same page that, it's beyond our comprehension, can't put the Holy Infinite into something as small as a name and as small as a person sitting up there or somewhere and judging the shit out of everybody. You're good, you're bad. It sounds like Santa Claus, right? Sounds like Santa Claus. So, and I don't want anybody to get offended. I don't mean Santa Claus, God. I just mean the way we're being entrained to believe something. Now, I believe in the Holy Infinite Almighty. And some people call it different names, and there's no argument to that. It stands for good, and that's what we all have to grab a hold of, that believe in the good of God and the goodwill of God, and to do goodwill here unto others, and for others to do goodwill unto us, right? But since we got things all scrambled up on the inside, what we're projecting is one thing, and what we're saying is another. So we can sound all pretty out here, but in the inside, it's a scrambled mess, and that's the setup I'm talking about. And those are blocks that we get, and then it's real hard to find where that block is at and how to dig it out of our subconscious, so that we can begin to have some order out in the field, because we're affecting the field. And so, if we can agree not to assume, to limit the Holy Almighty, the Holy Infinite Almighty, into a person or into a single name, then we can stop fighting and arguing, and just know that we stand for good. And what are we gonna do about it? How are we gonna fix this mess that we got going on in the world? The expression of God is something that we can see, and there's special equipment that you can see the life force, which is a spark in natural water before it's been touched by the industry. Yeah. In a plant that hasn't been fed chemicals. The life force is a strong spark, like electrical spark. That's what it looks like, a big blue electrical spark in water. And like I said, these are things I wish I could have the technical ability to just quickly put it up for you so you can see it. But if you look at my playlist, I'll put them in my playlist so you can see these videos from these professionals. And they got the images to back up what I'm talking about. Because there's nothing like an image for us, for our mind to be able to grasp and expand, and then be able to say, oof, I see it, I got it, it's right here. Never seen that before, but that makes some sense. Beyond makes sense, just facts that are not put out to us. And so this life force, this spark, this is an expression of what the Holy Infinite Almighty has here. And it runs through everything, this electrical current, this charge, right? And it makes everything grow. And when you lose that life force, things start dying and fading away. You start breaking down and start deteriorating. And that's what's happening to our species. We're fucking deteriorating because we're losing life force. Estamos perdiendo fuerza de vida. And that means the same thing. We're losing life force. And this life force is what keeps us going and projected forward. It makes things grow, it makes things better, and it has an order, a process, right? It's what the Fibonacci sequence is that spin. It's a generator. It's generating current naturally to keep the charge, to keep that spark, to keep that light, keep that flame. All cultures call it something different. I call it a spark. And that Fibonacci sequence, that spin, that's in ancient history and on walls in caves, and whether see this spin, it's the charge, that current, and we can't lose it. We have to keep it. It's integral to everything that runs in the operations in our bodies, in the field around us, in the plant life, in animals. It's everywhere. It's in everything. And so how can you be the infinite, the Holy Infinite Almighty, locked into one person with one name? And so there's a mislead on the understanding of God. Yeah, the imagery of God is limited when the Almighty is infinite, and it runs through everything, and is above everything and all things, and runs through all things. And when we recognize that within ourselves, and then we start reconnecting and getting that force, that life force, back inside of us, because it's never left. It doesn't come back inside. Let me correct my words. It reignites. It gets like a spark plug in a car. Nobody get mad at me for saying that. I'm just giving an example of what I'm talking about. That if it's corrosive, that spark plug is corrosive, or the battery posts on your car are corrosive, you're not getting that current. You know, that motherfucker not gonna move. It's just like, and that's how it's what our species is going through right now. It's just, it's about not to make it. It's about not even to switch on no more. And so to get that current back, there's certain things that our body has to have for those operations to work, to have that connection. And one of those things is the minerals. It's one. But the chemicals that are going into our body, the things that are in our atmosphere, the things that are in our water, it's all a breakdown. It's not just what's going into our mind and the information we're being fed and the mislead, but it's physical on the break of the chemistry, our chemistry inside. We're losing connection, just like those batteries, like the battery post and the spark plug in the car. That corrosion can't be on there for there to be. It needs to be that quick switch, that boom, that spark. So we're losing spark, we're losing life force. And so this is why I work so hard at making sure that spark, that strength in my body, because it's connected to my mind. It's connected to my words. My body's connected, to my mouth. My mouth connects to my words. And my emotions, you can't see them because they're on the micro. Micro doesn't mean don't exist. Just like when you dial your phone, don't mean when it send a call it don't exist. Something ain't happening in the atmosphere to get boom somewhere immediately. Action at a distance. You just can't see it. Don't mean it's not happening. We just haven't paid attention, and we haven't been directed into understanding what's going on around us. So as I project, I affect. And what we're doing is we're being led to affect one another in a bad way. And that energy is being used for something else. It's being used as a current for something else. What we project out sends out a frequency. And frequencies can create, break down, restructure, organize. It can do a ton of things. It's just frequency is like sending a laser beam. When it comes down in tight, it becomes a laser beam. But it's just a frequency of something. being beamed, and we're beaming out frequencies all the time, and we're receiving frequencies all the time, and frequencies are running from that cell tower to that cell tower. I mean, everything is running on a frequency. So everything I'm talking about, it's kind of like Mexican food. I know it sounds funny, but bear with me. Mexican food is all the same, pretty much basic ingredients, but you can switch it up, and it's all the same ingredients. You just switch it up, and oh my God, you got something completely different. So you can have tacos, enchiladas, tostadas, burritos. You can have sopes. You can have, you can even have tortilla soup. Just liquefy that thing. Yeah, now it's become liquid, but it's the same ingredients, and it's all Mexican food, same basic ingredients. A whole bunch of different things come up out of it. And so when I'm talking about the dielectric, magnetic, when I'm talking about frequencies and vibration and sound, it's all the same stuff. It's just mixed around, and when you put them together over here, you put them together over there, oh, you got something new. And I'm only saying that because I'm going to talk about a lot of that stuff, and so it makes some sense. Because I don't want to say it's complicated stuff. It's just not stuff people usually talk about. But if we don't figure this shit out, we're just going to accept shit the way it is, and we're just going to be scratching our head and say, I don't understand why. I don't understand why I couldn't make shit better. And it's because what we're projecting is a misdirect, it's a mislead, and it's very imperative that we recognize how powerful we are. Yeah, how powerful the reality that we live in is, and how we can use and work with and understand that reality, that true reality that's around us, and start breaking down the layers of this false reality that we got going on, and it's limiting us from being able to move forward. And so that being said, I'm gonna go back to now where my breakthrough was, and what allowed me to get back on this camera and start talking again. I couldn't talk to anybody and tell anybody what they needed to do, how they needed to do it, like we're talking about right now. Because nobody needs to have to do nothing. It's just my perspective of why it's so important. I do it, and I share with other people if they also can see the same perspective, and maybe want to also do it for themselves in their lives. So how can I come and tell everybody all these things, and I'm broke as fuck, and I say it like that because, no joke, I have worked for the first time in my life without any compensation for 1 year. I've never gone through this before, where I can't support myself, can't support my children. I was recently separated, and the father wasn't helping, and it's just, if it was for the goodwill of other people, me and my kids would be homeless. It's a very serious circumstance. You're like, well, how can you have a brand, Michelle, and almost fucking be homeless? Shit's real. Shit is real. Put everything into something knowing that it's going to give fruits later. That I just can't go get another job and not see my kids, and get old, die, and then they got to go get a job. Then they can't see their kids. It's the same shit. So I believe in this brand. I believe in what I'm saying about this brand. I'm over there, I'm making stuff, and I have somebody supporting me. I have somebody supporting so that I can buy the products, so that I can, or not the products, but so that I can buy all the materials I need for the product, and pays rent where I work to make it. All these different things, all the things that it takes to be able to make a product and a brand. This person believes in me enough and believes in what I'm doing to support me, but he doesn't pay for my rent. He doesn't pay for, and I don't expect him to pay for my cost of living, my children's jackets, because it's cold. All those kind of things. If I sell something, boom, I got money and I go buy some food. I mean, that's just been living day to day like that, and I hope I sell something. But I live in a really poor town, and so it's not coming as quick, as I would have liked it to. And it's been a really, really tough year. And I mean, tough, and I'm being nice about how I'm saying tough. But my mind was broken down. I swear, I think I screamed out maybe about 3 different barriers, trying to break some blocks about the reality that I'm going through of working my ass off. Literally, I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I'm fucking working. I got a routine, get it done, take care of my body, take care of my kids' breakfast, get everybody to school, go make product, go create social media. I never even done any of that stuff before, and I had to learn how to do all this stuff. So my life changed drastically about 3 years ago, drastically, and I had to learn how to do everything different and new, so that I could live, and take care of my children. And I'll go into that in other videos because I don't want to go too far off into it. But just mentally, I have gone through having to understand why I'm so angry, why I'm so frustrated, and I was getting frustrated with my kids and frustrated with anybody who talked to me. And it's like, I gotta stop this shit of being frustrated, So my first barrier, I'm gonna tell you before I break down my last barrier, because they go hand in hand, of working your ass off and not getting any monetary compensation and having to get the fuck up the next day to do it again and again and trying to figure out how to feed your family. That was tougher than this last one. That was a tougher barrier than this very last one that I just broke through. And it was about understanding and accepting how to work and not get paid for it. And I had to recognize that I'm frustrated. I had to tell myself, Michelle, why are you frustrated? Why are you frustrated? So I'll break myself all my bullshit down. It's like, I asked the question until I fucking get an answer. Why are you frustrated, Michelle? Why are you so fucking mad? And why are you yelling at everybody? Why can't you break this fucking tension? And I know it's something inside that I got to get the fuck out. As far as my mental thinking, where is this fucking thought, so that I can change the emotion? I can't change the emotion. I can't change how I feel about something, so I can fucking make a mental connection. And that mental connection is relative. It means connecting the relativity of why I need to change how I feel. Because I want to change how I feel. I want to change that frustration, but I fucking can't. And that's our block. We want to do something. We know we have to, but something, you're just like, I just can't fucking stop. So I had to ask myself, and I'm sitting on the couch and I'm fucking mad and I'm screaming it out and I'm by myself. I make sure to be by myself when I'm in these moments. I don't scare shit out of nobody. And so I'm just like, what the fuck? Why am I so mad? And I was like, I'm fucking mad because I'm working my ass off and I'm not getting paid. And I was like, oh shit, there it is. I'm not getting fucking compensated. And I was like, oh my God, I'm like a fucking monkey. I want a fucking banana. I'm working hard. I did my fucking tricks, and now I want a fucking banana, and nobody's giving me a fucking banana, and I'm mad as hell. I'm just fucking mad. And I started fucking laughing and crying again. I seem to do that when I come to recognize a barrier and break it. I just fucking start crying because there's some serious, deep, emotional shit, as far as realization. And I start fucking laughing because I can't fucking believe it. I can't fucking believe that was holding my ass back. And so right from there, I just fucking said out loud, and I say things out loud, and so I got to be by myself because I just fucking let it go. And I was just like, you know what? From this day on, and I'm not going to do it right now because I don't want to scare nobody, but it's like, from this day on, look like one of those Japanese characters where you're just like, ah, and all the background just going up and down, ah. That's pretty much what I'm going through when I do this stuff. I'm just like, ah. And so I said, from this day on, I will fucking get up and do what the fuck I gotta do to get it done and expect no damn compensation. Just get it done because it needs to be done and do it. That's it. I never got mad again. No more frustration. We ain't got no lights. We ain't got no fucking lights. We got some candles though. If we ain't got no food, we go to the neighbors, see if we get some food. But without any more anger. Because I am working hard to do what the fuck I gotta do to get to where I gotta go without expecting any compensation. And then things got better. I just stopped getting mad. I stopped getting frustrated. And then a couple of days, which was better for me and was better for my children, better for all the people around me, because I didn't have that fucking irritation no more, because I made a relative connection to why I was angry, and I didn't know why I was angry. And it was because I expected compensation for all the fucking hard work I've been doing. and it wasn't even conscious of it. It wasn't even right here. But when it, boom, I brought it to the forefront of my mind, I was like, no, motherfucker, you gotta switch that shit up. That information gotta fucking get rearranged. Take that shit out, erase, delete. Okay, new information. What I gotta do? I gotta fucking do what the fuck I gotta do. Expect no compensation and move forward. Go. Done. Wow, that shit's fucking amazing. But that's how I've learned to help myself break through these fucking barriers. It's like, dang, why? Why I feel like this? Why I feel like this? And boom, it would just come out my mouth. But if I don't ask the question, I ain't gonna get the answer. A lot of people don't like asking questions because they'll answer themselves to no questions because it's like, fuck, I ain't ready to deal with that fucking answer. And I get that. Totally. I totally get that. I totally get that. I'll do some other videos about some stuff I couldn't even ask myself because I was like, shit, I don't know if I want to know. But I know I need to know. So that's why I say this is not for everybody. This is for the few. This is definitely for the few, and this is where the warrior comes out, because it's not something people can handle within themselves. And some people lose their fucking mind, like literally. And I've seen that shit happen too. And so I don't force this stuff on nobody. And this is just what I'm sharing from my experience to you and to anybody else listening, what they can do with it for themselves. And so my last barrier, and I'm coming home, taking the kids. We went somewhere. We come back on the bikes, and just sitting down. And I'm just like, all right, what the fuck, because I still not making no money. I fucking poor. It's Christmas time, and I ain't poor. I learned to change that word. I got this wonderful fucking jacket. It's warm as heck. It's had it for years. Thank God, literally. Thank God for my warm jacket, my warm hat. This building right here, this place I'm redoing for my boutique, somebody's lending it to me. Get over that. So I say it's grace and goodwill of people around me. Grace and goodwill of God that runs through every single thing. Like people help one another to make these things happen so we can help one another. But if it wasn't for the good grace of people and the goodwill, I won't get nowhere. Oh, and my efforts. Yeah, I gotta pat my back for my fucking efforts more with my ass off. And the patience of my family, my children. A lot of patience my kids got. It's Christmas time, we almost didn't have any lights. We just got those paid today. Somebody helped us and got that paid today. Long story short, the daddy kicked in for the first time in a very, very long time. He got that paid. So for Christmas, we got lights. My kids are happy and they're okay with that. It's not about the Christmas presents. They've been living through a lot of things now where they understand and respect that what we have is more than what others have, and we're grateful for that. We're thankful for that. And I'm not putting words in my kids' mouth. My kids really make me proud that through times like Christmas time, which is another social pressure put on us, it's like never get a fucking break. And I know Christmas is awesome and it's cozy and fucking hot chocolate and going shopping, all that shit's fucking wonderful. Don't get me wrong. But it's a social pressure. And a lot of us can't keep up with that social pressure, especially right now, in these times that we're living in today. And it makes us feel like fucking losers. And so I'm sitting there, going back to my last experience with, trying to find, why do I feel like a fucking loser? I gotta go on the YouTube and I gotta talk to people, but I can't go on there because you're gonna say, oh, you're doing so great. Well, why the fuck are you so broke? Why are you so broke if you're doing okay? I was like, well, I can't answer that. Shit, I can't answer that. So I can't go on YouTube or talk to anybody and not be able to answer that question. Oh, shit, I can't answer that question because I can't answer for myself. I won't be able to answer for somebody else who makes some stupid motherfucking remark. This is what it is. A stupid fucking remark. Because we've all been designed to say, well, if you ain't got money, you ain't shit. You ain't made it. You ain't successful. And that's when I fucking caught it. I was like, I fucking got it. And I started laughing and crying again. Because I fucking broke through that motherfucking barrier. And I said I wasn't going to say strong words, but I'm sorry, I don't know how to communicate. I don't know how to communicate any other way but than the way I'm doing right now. And so going back to recognizing, I'm asking myself, why... How am I going to tell people what to do being so broke? And when I recognized, I said, okay, well, if somebody goes on and says, well, Michelle, you're not successful. So if you're not successful, you don't got money, you're not a success. I was like, well, how do I answer that question? And I went back and I said, that's it. The what we are entrained to believe is a success is to have money. And that means you did something right, like a good fucking little monkey, you know. And if anybody takes me saying a monkey in a personal way, please don't. Pick any animal you like a trained animal. There you go, like a trained animal. Okay, please nobody take that shit personally. And if you do, you got some own personal shit you gotta fucking fix inside, because it's your shit coming out, and somebody like myself, some words I'm saying irritated some shit that you gotta work on. And so I'm talking about entrainment. We got an entrainment going on for a lot of things. And so this entrainment, if we're not rich, we are not successful. And that's when I caught it and I said, oh shit, real success and artificial success are two different lanes of information, of understanding. And so we have been diverted from natural, true success of what we're supposed to be doing here on this planet, and been diverted to the monetary comfort of making something successful for ourselves. And that means we're comfortable. And being comfortable makes us not ask questions, makes us not have to do things that we wouldn't usually do or think or feel because of the comfort level. I'm only saying that because I've been comfortable before, and I was like, "This is it. This is what we're supposed. This is the epitome of life. We're supposed to just go fucking shopping." No, I wasn't comfortable with that. Even though my life was comfortable, I was like, "I'm fucking bored. I'm bored with shopping and everything's comfortable life there." And I went outside of my the place where I was living is one of those tract homes, you know, where cookie cutter neighborhoods. And I'm looking up at the sky. And I'm just like, can't be it. This can't be what we're supposed to work so hard for, is just to be comfortable, and it's over. We did it. What did we do? We just became comfortable. That's all. And that's nice. I think people should live comfortable, but you should not stop asking questions about our reality. And if you don't like what I just said, again, please just switch it off. You don't have to like what I say. I don't have to say what you like. Just expressing my perspective and how I see the world and how I see things. And so, going back when I was saying we're being diverted with comfort, when the true success is being able to be balanced under extreme pressure. Because we got some fucking extreme pressures hitting our world, hitting our people. Our people meaning the human species. And those pressures are causing a feeling inside that's sending out a fucking charge of disorder, of chaos, of discomfort, of disorganization. And it's affecting the field around us. So you see how that all connected? And so when we can handle the pressure that comes at us and that we're living in and that we have not, because the system tells us you have not, you are a failure. And I'm a motherfucking failure when it comes to the system's way and level of what success is. But I'm a motherfucking champion at understanding how to have balance under extreme conditions of pressure that society has generated to make us feel fucking worth less, so that we project that out in the field, and we have chaos in the home, and chaos in the home goes chaos in the street, and it's just like a fucking domino effect. So that's just one of the many breakdowns that we have to go through, or that I have gone through for myself, so that I can move forward. And I've been able to move forward because I made this next video. And so if anybody wants to say, well, you're not as successful, I'm just asking, success in what? Because you take any of these, what are these guys called? I don't even know what they're called, but they go on and they tell you, you want to be like me, you want to be successful, you know, you want to have nice cars, you want to have all this comfort. I'll show you how I did it. I'll show you how to do it. You just need to project your mind and then generate it and think of it, and it'll come. Well, that's a half truth. Because yes, we project, we create. It's our mind, our thoughts, our words, our feelings. Boom. Connecting the field. That's where the magnetism comes in. That'll be on another video about the dielectric and the magnetism and how we work in the field. So if our thoughts, our words, and our feelings connect and they're in sync and they're in order, meaning we understand what we're saying and what we're thinking and what we're feeling, it's truth. And we don't have any lie bullshit in our mind and we're going to say something else because nobody else knows and we feel something different about it. That's a disorder. And so when we get that order within ourselves, boom, we project and we create. So these gurus or entrepreneurs that tell you how to do it and be a success in money, I would like to take out all their bank account, squeeze one nut, and choke them out every once in a while, just every once in a while having to live and figure out how they're going to feed their family and put them into a lot of other people's situations that are living. It's the majority of the people, yeah. And somebody will be on there, well, why they don't have to? They worked hard for their money. You're missing the fucking point of what I'm trying to say. The success is not wrong. Having money is not wrong. It's not wrong. But the mind and how we feel is disorganized, and that disorder is affecting the field, and that field is affecting our world. And so if we want to do something about the world, we got to do something about how we project, what we feel, what we think, and what we are resonating, emanating, vibrating. We radiate outward. We take things in and we radiate out. And so when I made that breakthrough, I was completely calm after I laughed and cried at the same time. I was just like, fuck, I got it. I can live with myself. I can go on this camera and start talking to people because the success is knowing that I can handle the pressures. And it's not because I can handle it because it's so much and I'm pretending to handle it. No, it's I've learned to organize my body, meaning making it very strong with a lot of charge. And that's what I want to help people do, is get that charge back, that electrical current, things running and operating in the body so that it's at its maximum, or as maximum as we can get it for what we have, and getting the mind to connect with the emotion, because we can want to do something, our mind knows we want to do it, but we can't change the feeling. Because we can't change the feeling is because we can't relate to why does it matter? Why do I have to work on this for myself? It's because we are affecting the field, and the field is our world, and we're affecting the world. Like a pixel on I've said this before, like a pixel on a big TV screen is every little pixel. If it's in disorder, we can't see a picture. The picture won't come in until every little pixel starts fine-tuning itself. And that's all we can do, is fine-tune ourselves in our world for our personal selves, in our personal lives, who will affect our personal families, and that matters. God, it matters. It matters so much, because we'll be able to, it's like a domino effect. Boom, 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 boom. It starts happening everywhere. Just like the negative starts happening everywhere. So the negative is a force like a virus. Or I should say evil is like a virus. It works just like a virus. It can only exist if it has life force to take. And if it has life force to take, it will be there. If it has life force to take. Then it can only exist again. I'm going to correct what I said. But I said what I said backwards. A virus, an evil is like a virus, right? A virus is not alive. So if you study what a virus is, it's not alive. It's not part of the life force. And what it does is it takes life force. It makes things ill, but it's sucking life force, the life out of its host, right? Virus in a computer, that shit's not natural to the computer. When you buy the computer, it doesn't come with a virus. Oh, I like that one with that virus, and I like that one with that virus. Fuck no. Buy a computer, virus clean. But somebody has to put the virus in it, start fucking up all the other operations. And so evil's like a virus, where it's fucking up all their operations, but it can only exist if it's put there. And so, be it the reality that we live in, and we're, gosh, I want to say so many things, and I got to make sure that I say them where they make sense. They make sense, where we can relate to them. Because evil is like a virus, it can only be there if the environment is correct. If the environment is clean and it's strong, you can't get a virus, right? But there has to be a breakdown happen first, and then the virus can jump in. There has to be a breakdown first, and then the virus can live in that environment and feed off of that environment. But then the host starts breaking down. The computer starts breaking down. The person starts breaking down with the virus. So you see the relation. And so evil on a large scale has to manifest and maintain. This is why whoever manages our reality. Yeah, the world is beautiful. The world is beyond comprehension, in its beauty, in its magnificence. But the system that we're living and running like a hamster wheel, and the order of life that we're living is managed. Yeah, it's managed, and management is fucking shit up and maintaining that fucked up system so that the environment is fucked up and that virus can live and feed off and take and break down the rest of the life force on a planet, in a body, with a human being. I mean, with anything you want, you can place anything in there. And what I'm saying, but when we change that environment, that virus can now no longer exist. When you fix and update your computer, fix your computer, and put whatever needs to be in there, that virus can't exist no more. It's out. Well, now we're talking about a human body. The body has to change its environment for that virus not to exist there, because it got nothing left to feed off of, because it can't live in that clean environment. I'm just saying clean just for a general understanding. And so our world has a virus state of mind, and we're running off of it, and we're taking commands, and we're following orders without fucking paying attention to what the fuck's going on right here. I ain't down with that shit. We're just like, oh, okay, gotta get a check, gotta feed my family. Well, fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit. When I say that, I mean being broke, being uncomfortable is what we need to sometimes get just to wake the fuck up. I know, sure, jogged a whole lot of shit in my mind and in my body and in my reality. And sometimes we're there to wake up. We hit a wall and we're just like, it's to say, hey, pay attention. Become aware, or you're going to keep hitting the same wall. So what we look at is sometimes in our life as a detriment is sometimes it's there so that we can wake up and pay attention. Because that uncomfort or that discomfort is to clean up the bad foundation that we're on, so that we can get a new foundation and be strong. And that new foundation, will be strong. And then we really got something to work with. And so that when we do gain the wealth and when we do have the comfort, it's on a good, strong foundation. And that's what we're going through right now. It's about cleaning up all the shit, that fucking stink ass water. It's been sitting in there, and start moving it because you want to put clean water, and it's just stinky. Nobody wants to deal with it because it's like it'll make you fucking vomit. But it has to be done so the new clean water can get in there. And that's just an example. Please, nobody think that's. I know. I swear I'm gonna have people asking me or making really ridiculous statements that how can I be comparing? I'm not comparing. These are just simple examples, just so that we can get an idea of the bigger picture. That's sometimes very hard to explain. And so those were my breakthroughs. I can't wait to make more videos. I'm still pushing my brand. It's gonna make it. I'm gonna be wealthy, and I'm gonna be conscious, and I'm gonna be aware at the same time, and I'm gonna know what to do with that money, and that's a big difference. And it's having that appreciation for everything, and know that what I say and what I do affects the world. Be it so small, just being it right here. We have the power to impact one and all, and to make the difference. And so I really hope that everybody this Christmas, be it that you're having a great Christmas and you have everything you need, that's wonderful. That's very good. I'm very happy for you. And then for those of you who may be having a very tough time this Christmas, remember, this is a social experience. The Christmas time is something social. And if it's something religious, good, to make it religious. The things that you have, don't make it matter. It's the things that you feel and how you feel about them. That's what counts. And so if we have each other, we have our family, we have our health, and we have the goodwill to do unto others as we want done to us, we got it all. And we just move forward from here. And so I just want to say a new saying that I learned just recently. I hope I can remember how to say it, because when I say it, it feels so good, and I just want to share it with everybody. It is, I am prospering and I am blessed in victory. Feels so good. Feels so good. I hope and I wish and I send the best to one and all to be well. Truth and integrity warrior. Peace out.